Happy greetings, everyone. I am Crystal Forman, the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based food and meditation to help you live a healthier, compassionate, and more vibrant life. Today, we're making po man's crab cakes with a twist. This time, we're using our yellow squash from Moon Valley Farm. We're going to use some red onions also from Moon Valley Farm. So we're going to get started with shredding our zucchini. So definitely, if you're watching this, say hello, whether you're watching it live or as a replay. We are broadcasting on Holistic Wellness and Health's YouTube, as well as Facebook pages and my personal page as well. So I'm just going to slice this so that I can put it into our food processor. I have it on the shred. So usually you have a slicing or shredding part of your food processor and an S blade. You put the S blade out, you want to make sure the shred part is up. If you don't have a food processor, you can just hand grate it as well. Hey, Miss Rodette. All right, so I'm going to get this going, and it's going to make a little noise. It won't be too loud. I like using the yellow squash for this recipe. I like the zucchini as well, but the yellow squash kind of gives it more of that crab look for people who are looking to do that like fake crab meat. And just take off, and some people take the seeds out. I don't find that necessary. You actually want to get the protein and the zinc and everything from those seeds. Just going to slice this in half. And put the rest of these in as well. If you have any questions or comments, definitely put them in the comment section, and I will check those out. All right. So our zucchini has a lot of water in it. Some people like to squeeze that water out. I actually don't. I like to keep all of those nutrients in. So instead, I'm going to use a binder to help absorb that moisture. So you can use flour. Today, I'm actually using panko crumbs. You can use breadcrumbs as well. They have gluten-free panko, so if you care about the gluten, you can just use the gluten-free or gluten-free flour. So I'm going to take some of this out. I'm going to do it in batches. So we only need about 2 cups of our zucchini in our food processor here. And this is what it looks like. Hi, Miss Adrienne. Good to see you all here. So we have our zucchini in here. We're going to add in our onions. So just have small diced red onion. And if you want to, you can put this in a bowl and mix it all together. But since I have the food processor going, I'm just going to put it all in there. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining in from YouTube. So it looks like we have someone from each channel on. Awesome. So we're going to add in, so for those who are just joining, we're making our poor man's crab cakes. 2 of you are in the audience, and I talked about this on Sunday. And I learned this recipe from my dad. He learned it from a coworker. So in the past, we used zucchini. We do have a video where you can check out with me and my dad making the po man's crab cakes together. And that's like a slightly different recipe. This one, I am adding red onions and I'm using yellow squash. And I'm going to also show you how to make your own vegan tartar sauce. So let's see here. I am going to go and add my seasonings in. Before I do that, I think I have my S blade. Kind of do want to put the S blade back on. I feel like I did take it off. Give me 1 second, guys. I have it right off camera here. I took it off because I wasn't going to do all of this in one bowl, but why not? Do it all in here. And it'll also blend and go together well. So we have our panko. I have about a cup. Put that right in. And to give it a seaweed or seed flavor, I'm actually going to add some of our wakame, which is used in some Asian soups. It's just a seaweed. we're going to put in just half a tablespoon of this. You can use kelp or any other seaweed you want, and this adds some iodine to the dish, so it's going to give it more of the seafood flavor. I have a half tablespoon of our Old Bay. If you're from Maryland or Virginia, North Carolina, we use Old Bay for our crab cakes. And then I put in some garlic powder as well. So this is just 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Then add in a teaspoon of lemon juice and about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. You want to make sure it's actually vegan Dijon and doesn't have the Dijon wine. So like Nature's Promise from Giant is Dijon without the wine in it. And this is because the Dijon wine is not vegan normally. And I'm going to add just a little bit of this mayo in here. In the past, I've used binders, so I would use like a flax egg, but for this recipe, I am not doing that. And we're just going to pulse it in the food processor. Does anyone have any questions on pulsing? Any questions? Might have to take this out after all. Let it go too long. We have basically our little batter here. I'm going to use my spoon to mix the rest of this together. So different zucchinis and squash have a different amount of water depending on when you get it, and the different varieties as well. So you might need to add a little more flour or panko to form this into a nice patty. So this is. Yeah, I'm going to add just a little more panko. Put somewhere. Sorry, guys. Give me one moment. Let's see. Dad, don't leave it. I'll put it up here. Oh, all right. I'll use their panko. So, he had some of his own. I'm putting in about another half cup. Thank you. And yeah, that zucchini has a lot of water in it, which is a good thing. So what I'm going to do is I've just turned my stove on and I put some grapeseed oil in here. I know I like the grapeseed oil because it does well on high heat. It doesn't burn as fast as some other oils. So I'm just getting the oil nice and hot. I'll start forming our patties here. So you can make big patties or small, totally up to you. We're just going to fry it up. I'm just waiting for my oil to get hot while I start forming some of the patties. And you can serve this with crackers. You can serve this with rolls as well. And that seaweed really does help give it that nice sea flavor. And it adds a lot of other minerals as well. So for those who have family members that are allergic to seafood or just don't want to eat seafood for environmental reasons or health reasons even, a lot of the crabs have a lot of cholesterol in it, and a lot of seafood in general. So for people who are watching their cholesterol but love crab cakes, this is a great way to kind of satisfy that craving and that flavor without actually using any sea life. So it's definitely healthier, a lot more vitamins in here. It's very high in vitamin A. And vitamin A is great for our vision, especially our night vision, and our skin health as well. So I'm going to go on and let's see, do a test one. I'm going to turn it to high. There we go. Could probably add a little more panko, but I'm going to leave it like it is for now. I don't like the crab cakes too bready. So let's see, one more in here. We're just gonna let them cook for a few minutes on each side. So there are a lot of variations of this dish. I'm going to try one this fall. I have not tried it yet. I'm going to experiment with turnips. So we'll see what happens. I know not everybody is a fan of the purple top turnips, but usually when they come in the fall, it's a lot of them. So we're going to see what happens. If I like it, then you'll see it. You'll see it as a video. Ms. Rodette, I know you said you wanted a recipe. There's a particular recipe that you wanted to see on the website. Please put it in the comment section and remind me of what that was. I believe it was one of the zucchini dishes, and I think it was the one I just did. Just let me know. Hey, Kimberly, good to see you. See, very pleased with Sophie's Kitchen breaded vegan. That you suggested. I love Sophie's Kitchen products in general, like all of their products. I will say, like, my parents like their products too. I think the only thing they were not a fan of is the fish, the vegan fish. It didn't taste like fish to them. And I will say, like, my partner feels the same way. I like it. It doesn't remind me of fish either. But sometimes I get away from what we think something is supposed to taste like, and if I either like it or I don't, and I do like it. It reminds me actually of like a breakfast, like between scrapple and sausage. So I actually liked scrapple growing up. I didn't like the ingredients in it, but when I read what it was, but I did like the flavor. So for me, Sophie's Kitchen fish works, but that shrimp, the Sophie's Kitchen shrimp, I know it's like I'm not paid by them or anything like that or sponsored. I should be, but I think their products are like some of the best when it comes to mock seafood. And like for me, I really love shrimp. Like I could tear up some shrimp. I love their shrimp, and I think it's a great like substitute. It's a great texture. I'm gonna turn this to medium. So it doesn't take long. Y'all can see it's starting to brown there. And I'm just going to serve this with crackers and bread for my family. And while this finishes cooking, let's make our tartar sauce. So I just have some vegan mayo here. I'm using the Follow Your Heart, which is a pretty popular brand of their vegetables. So about a half cup. Into that, we're going to add about a half cup of our, actually a little less. 1/4 cup of our relish. And I like to use sweet relish, but you can use whatever works for you, whatever type you like. And there you go, vegan tartar sauce. 2 ingredients, super simple, super easy. And we're going to serve this all together. So I'm going to turn this, put on pause, and get our plate. So does anyone have any questions about anything? I'm going to do this in batches. Let me just show you all. Our finished product here. I think you all can see. I know it's like the sun is kind of bright on here too. So definitely, if you try this recipe, let me know. And you can post pictures of it as well. I know some of you all do actually go back and make the recipes and tag me, make sure I see it. Because Adrian, I appreciate you tagging me on the zucchini recipe you made, the zucchini and the eggplant. And the Swiss chard. Yeah, that all looked really good. So this is ready to go. And I'm just going to do another batch. So does anyone have any questions before I sign off? If not, I am going to bid you all farewell. Once again, I got the produce from Moon Valley Farm, and I love to showcase our local farms in the Baltimore region and Frederick as well. So I am Crystal Forman. Make sure you have subscribed to the YouTube channel And make sure you've liked our Facebook page as well. We also have some free resources on our website at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com. Check those out and sign up for our newsletter. I'll be sending out a newsletter by the end of this coming week. All right, take care, peace and blessings.